Taoiseach, I'm not going to ask you about what will or won't be in the budget, but I am going to ask you about the reckless preparation for a budget that intends containing a carbon tax. Priority recommendation number 3, reached after painstaking negotiations, debates and returning to this issue at the Climate Action Committee, recommends the following. Starting immediately upon the publication of the Climate Action Report, the Government will conduct a review to be completed by June 2019 into the most appropriate measure of and extent and nature of fuel poverty across all cohorts, to include in this review the short, medium, long-term impact of fuel poverty on the options for increasing in carbon tax. It hasn't been done. I put 2 PQs in over the summer. The clerk of the committee has told me there is no sign of any action on a report on fuel poverty in this country, which I believe extends way beyond the definition of those in receipt of fuel allowance. Does it deal with, for example, Claire Casey, who worked for years and years cleaning the Department of Foreign Affairs, only to be told last week by the SEAI that she may not even bother applying for a grant to have her windows replaced because she's about €10 a week over and above the threshold that would give her access to fuel allowance? There are tens of thousands of people in this country who a carbon tax is going to hit recklessly, and the reckless preparation for your budget is shown in the lack of this review. We agreed to it, cross-party. We sat up night and day trying to reach a set of wording. I just read it out. Not a single thing has been done in relation to that review, except for the Minister to reply to me that he's involved in a project to develop energy poverty indicators. That is meaningless, and your budget is reckless if it doesn't deal with this issue.
Thanks very much, Deputy. We already have a carbon tax. We've had a carbon tax for 10 or 12 years now at this stage. Any increase, obviously, is a matter for the budget, and the budget will be announced on the 8th of October. But we have committed to ensuring that some of the proceeds of a carbon tax would be ring-fenced to protect those most at risk of fuel poverty through, for example, the fuel allowance.